You are not on your way to anything. Okay? I want you just to stop and take note. You are not on your way home. You are not on your way to heaven. You are not on your way back to God. You are not on your way to more love, to more joy, to more peace, to more abundance, to more health, to more wealth. You're not on your way to anything. Just let that soak in for a minute, because it is totally counterintuitive, right? Because we've been conditioned into this world to believe we showed up empty and we got to go find all the things that will fill us up and make us whole again. And the truth is exactly the opposite of that. It's what all the great masters taught. It's already in you. You're already it. You've already got it. We've just misunderstood it. And so we've been conditioned into this reality where we believe that we don't have things, we don't have enough, we're not enough. But if we can just get somewhere at a certain time, if we can just get the good grades, to get into the good college, to get the good job, to eventually afford the house with the picket fence and the 2.5 kids, and eventually get to retirement, to get the gold watch, to finally relax, to die 3 years later. That's the story we've been sold. But you're not on your way to anything. You're coming from it. Look at the sun. Is the sunbeam on its way to the sun? No, it's coming from the sun. Look at the tree. Is the tree on it, or the branch on its way to the tree? No, it's coming from the tree. Is the wave on its way back to the ocean? No, it's coming from it. Everywhere in life we see that there is some large cause, some larger idea, and it emerges, it expresses, it grows branches, and it expresses more and more and releases more and more. You are an individualized expression of life, of love, of beauty, of abundance. You are the way that God or love or truth is showing up in this world. You want to know what love looks like? Look in the mirror. You are not on your way to anything. You are coming from it. And this is not merely semantics. This is the whole ball game. Because whenever you think you're on your way to something, just like I've spoke about before with attraction, if you're trying to attract something to you, pull something to you, draw something to you, you are by definition believing and seeding and creating a law of being separate from the thing, separate from the love, separate from the abundance, separate from the health, whatever it is. There is no health out there. There is no wealth out there. There is no love out there. There is no God out there. There is no heaven out there. It's all in here. What did one pretty smart master teacher say? Heaven is within you. And heaven means ever expanding good. It means all the good things. It's within you. It's not in your body. It's in your consciousness. It's in your field. And you're not on your way to anything else. You will never be more than you are now. You will never be more enlightened. You will never be more abundant. You will never be healthier, wealthier, happier. But like the seed, you have to create the condition for it to emerge. But to do that, the end is always in the beginning. Where you start is what determines where you end up. You can't get there from here. But when you get there, you realize there was here all along. And so you have to begin to start with the foundational premise. I already have it all. I'm already it. Just like the sunbeam, I'm not on my way to the sun. I'm on my way from the sun to bring more light to the darkness. I'm not on my way to more love. I'm coming from love to bring more love to all the places where love appears missing. I'm not on my way to more wealth and abundance. I'm coming from wealth and abundance to bring that substance to all the places that seem lacking. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That it's all in you. So I invite you to look at a place right now where you think you're on your way to something, where you're waiting to someday in the sweet by and by, bye-bye Miss American bye. You're believing that someday you'll get there. Someday you'll be there. Someday you'll be that. Whatever that is, take a moment to think about that. And instead I want you to drop in and just imagine that you came with that thing that you think you're on your way to. and feel into asking, if I already had this, if I already was love in this relationship, instead of waiting, or in this world, instead of waiting for the perfect mate that's going to give me love or validate me and make me feel lovable. If I was already love showing up for the purpose not of getting it, but of bringing it. As the St. Francis of Assisi prayer, he didn't say, he didn't pray to have more love. He said, make me a greater instrument of love. Allow me to be more loving, to be more peaceful, to be more generous, to be more giving. Why? Because he understood the law of emergence, whether he would call it that or not. And so as you drop into that space and you imagine I've already got something that I came here to give, now ask from that place, what would I be inspired to do now? I could bring love to this person in front of me right now. I'm not on my way to love. I can just bring it right now. I can bring love to my cat. I can bring love to my parent. I can bring love to my friend. I can bring love to the stranger on the bus. And believe it or not, people are wandering around hungering for what you have to bring them. And as you start to bring it, you activate it, you magnify it. And because your experience is just a manifestation of what you're already bringing, because whatever's missing is what you're not bringing, as you bring more, as you come from the thing, instead of being on your way to the thing, you manifest a life that represents more and more of having the thing itself. So I invite you to do that practice, to take note of what you think you're on your way to, and begin to imagine you've already got it, which is the truth, and ask, how can I bring more of it? Not, how can I get more of it? How can I get more to it? But how can I bring more of it? And I'll do a quick story before I leave. When I was, me and my wife were wanting to have a child, and we had tried and we couldn't conceive. And I began to understand this principle, thinking one day I'll be able to be a dad and we'll have a family and have so much love. And I caught this insight and I began to realize this truth. I'm not on my way to any of that. I've got to bring all of that to what I've got. And so we began to just love our plants, love our cat. We began to bring the love. We began to love like a couple, love like parents, co-parent, co-love the plants, the cat. I know it sounds crazy, but what began to happen is we started to feel more love. Love wants to claim more territory. Joy wants to claim more territory. Abundance wants to claim more territory, but it can't do it to you. It has to do it through you. Lo and behold, at this one level where we are feeling so in love, literally in love, and we felt like a family with our cat and our plant. That day, she came up to my office and said, the time is now. And that was the day we conceived our first child. Whew, I'm getting chills, getting emotional when I think about it, guys. Stop waiting. Stop being on your way to anything. Claim that you're it and begin to bring it to everyone and everything in your life, and watch as your life flourishes beyond what you ever imagined. I hope this inspires you. Until next time, remember to live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny.